Hi there, everybody. Good morning. Meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Friday morning. I don't even know what day it is now with the holiday mixed in the middle of all the week here, but it is a Friday morning getting ready to head into our final weekend of 2025, and we're starting off fairly clear this morning. We have some upper level clouds that have come in from the west. They're not really showing up too well on Futurecast, but they are there. But the low clouds and the fog that we had yesterday over central and eastern Nebraska moved on out. That's now out of here. So we'll see a mostly sunny day for much of the area. Becoming partly cloudy overnight tonight, maybe even a few of you mostly cloudy at times. But then tomorrow, thicker clouds will start to move in. It's still going to be mild on your Saturday, but it will be a partly to mostly cloudy day out there for Saturday. And then a cold front right about there. Late Saturday, it's 5 p.m. That cold front's going to slide through. The winds are going to turn northerly. Here's midnight, Saturday night. Some light rain and snow in western Nebraska. Northerly winds. They're kind of starting to pick up there. Watch how they really get going after midnight and then as we get towards Sunday morning. It's going to become windy on Sunday morning and during the day on Sunday. Some of that light rain and snow turning into mainly just snow at this point here, but a little bit of light precipitation rolling across the area on Sunday, mostly in the form of snow because of the dropping temperatures out there. But the problem, it's not just the snow, it's the blowing snow. I don't think we see heavy snow. It's a fairly minor snow, but the problem, the winds are going to be blowing it around like crazy. That snow will continue into the end of the day Sunday before moving on out early Sunday evening. The winds will eventually come down a little bit here, but blowing snow could cause some travel headaches when it comes to that visibility out there. Snowfall totals, there's still a lot of uncertainty right now with that, but I'm kind of going with this right now. South of I-80, I think most places will be a half of an inch or less. North of I-80, a half of an inch to an inch and a half. But there may be some stray isolated amounts up over 2 inches up in northeast portions of Nebraska. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Again, this could still change. We're about a day and a half away from this, almost 2 days away from this. So this can still change a little bit. But even though it's not a heavy snowfall, we all know that things start to get slick even with a half inch of snowfall. Plus, the blowing snow is the bigger concern anyway. Lots of blowing snow out there. Well, let's go back to the nice weather today. Record highs. I think almost all these places have a chance to tie or break a record. Really, the exception would be right here. It won't be as warm in eastern Nebraska, but everybody in here westward has a chance to tie or break a record later on today. Here is a look at those actual forecast highs. And again, we're right there, Tri-Cities. Now, Kearney, you have an unofficial record high. It's not an official number. That's why it's not on this map. But an unofficial record high of 70. So we could be close today at 67 there. I think we're going to be very close to the Tri-Cities. North Platte, you'll probably break a record today. So again, records all over the place. Maybe not here in eastern Nebraska. Still very nice though in the 50s, just not as warm. Looking at the rest of that forecast around the area, first off, again, well into the 60s. I think a few of you make a run for 70 today, especially over western and southwest Nebraska. Very nice weather out there for today. Not quite as warm to the east, but still better than yesterday. Not going to complain about it at all. Northeast Nebraska, the coolest, and even there, way above average. Still not going to complain about the nice weather there today. Looking at tonight, another mild night. Most of us in the 30s, a few upper 20s, a few low 40s, but most will be in the 30s. One more mild day on Saturday, even despite the extra clouds around. Upper 50s, low to mid 60s. Here comes the colder air Saturday night into Sunday morning with that cold front. You can see it off to the northwest. Teens, 20s and 30s here, dropping temperatures. In fact, some places, especially in the southeast, could see an early day high here. Temperatures will fall during the day. So it's going to be a chilly day. It's going to feel colder than those temperatures with the winds blowing. We're talking about wind gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour at their peak. So it's going to blow strong on Sunday. Sunday night, the wind's not completely dying off, so it's going to be down to the single digits and teens, though wind chills could fall below zero though Sunday night into Monday morning. Monday, still pretty chilly for most of us, getting a little bit better out west. So 20s in the east, 30s out west, a few low 40s in the panhandle. We'll start to get a little bit better pretty quickly. Tuesday and Wednesday look pretty decent out there before maybe another shot of some cooler air to start off the new year next Thursday. So let's take a look at that extended forecast. Again, while there's not a ton going on, again, the big story today, the record high potential, the big story on Sunday, the wind, the cold, and some of that blowing snow out there on Sunday. Still chilly Monday and a little bit brisk too with those winds. Much better Tuesday and Wednesday for the final 2 days of 2025. The first day of 2026 might be a little bit chillier than that. Looking at the long range, well, looking like we'll settle into more of a near average weather pattern to start off 2026, at least going towards next weekend. Looking at North Platte, kind of the same thing here, near a record high today. Cooler, the records are higher tomorrow, so it's going to be tougher to get to those records. Chance of snow, maybe a little rain, but mostly snow earlier in the day, Sunday, and mainly in the morning, midnight to noon kind of time frame here. A lot of wind out there on Sunday. Monday, more sunshine. We'll try to warm up after a chilly start. Much better Tuesday and Wednesday. A bit of a cool down for New Year's Day, Thursday. And in fact, that long range showing that the first 3 or 4 days of New Year's could be of the new year could be a little bit closer to average. Now, the Climate Prediction Center still has us in the above average category heading into the new year. We'll see. I'm a little iffy on that right now. They also have us above average precipitation. I'm a little bit iffy on that too here. I'm not really seeing much when it comes to a ton of precipitation. So let's jump ahead here. Saturday night and the Sunday morning. Again, the snow passing through. It's not a major snowstorm. It's a quick moving system. Most of it's gone by supper time Sunday. The next chance is probably not even coming till the end of next week. The first weekend of 2026 right here. Maybe our next chance is of moisture down the road. And finally, the GFS forecast here. Let's look ahead to this weekend. Here comes Saturday night. The cold front behind it. Maybe a little rain, but then mainly snow. The GFS is a little more aggressive with the snow, especially northern Nebraska. And then that clears out by the end of the day, Sunday. And then we're pretty quiet most of next week until we get towards next weekend, when there might be a little bit of moisture we see for the first weekend of 2026 here. Just a note to all of you that are watching on here, speaking of weekends, I will be working these next 2 Saturday afternoons and evenings. I'll be filling in for Luke on the 6 and 10 o'clock on Saturday, on this Saturday, and then next Saturday I'll be working the same time frame as well. So just want to give you a note that I will be here this weekend to talk about this snow a little bit more in this wind as we look ahead to your Sunday. So, but I do need to go for today. I want to thank you all for watching on this Friday morning. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all again Saturday evening. Talk to you all later. Bye.